Thank you all for coming here to the Milton Keynes Bypass Festival of Art. I would like to begin my art with a song about my relationship with my father. Ah! Thank you. I am Alexander Feisteisterberg, art filmmaker, art theatre maker, art maker. And for those of you less familiar with my oeuvre, I thought I might start by pitching you some of my latest ideas, and based on your reaction to my films, I will decide which one to pursue. Kill Bill, but instead of killing Bill, she gunges him like Get Your Own Back. Superman, but instead of his weakness being kryptonite, it's commitment. Star Wars Episode 5, but Luke and Leia go all the way. Shrek 1, but with the audio from Shrek 2. The Sound of Music, but the Nazis win. 101 Dalmatians, but the Nazis win. What would the Reich do with all those dogs? The Matrix, but the slow motion bits are full speed and the full speed bits are slow motion. It's difficult being original in art, because in art, people always try to restrict you. You know, they say, you can't do this, you can't do that. That's illegal and it affects us both. But if you do not take risks, you will never learn. Everyone told me it was a terrible idea to shoot a film on a camera taped to a three-legged dog which had been reared on a diet of coffee and cocaine. Well, if I hadn't done that, I would never have learned the importance of taking other people's advice. I have always considered myself the nucleus at the heart of the center of the nervous system of the body of culture. But it is not easy. You know, I have a difficult family. Just last week, I suffered that awkward moment where you're watching a film with your parents and there's a sexual moment. I said, guys, for God's sake, go upstairs. I'm trying to watch a film. But then I had 3 simultaneous epiphanies. I realized I was an artist. I realized I was a filmmaker. I realized that Enrique Iglesias actually means Henry Churches. My mind freed. On that same day, I made a film. Without even writing a script, I just said, lights, camera, we need those. The film received 0 views. As an independent filmmaker, I was elated. I am fascinated by contradiction. Silent films made for the blind. New German cinema made for good art. I'm also fascinated by politics. A few years ago, I took a magic pill, and when I woke up, I was in the White House performing oral sex on one of the Clintons. I won't tell you which Clinton, but let's just say Bill was a little upset with the blowjob I gave him. I returned home. I said, this pill has changed my life. I found out it was a Tic Tac. This is for you. Now you too have suffered loss. I would like to end my art with a preview of my latest sound poem film play. So please buckle yourselves into yourselves. A blank stage. Everything painted white except the floor, which is painted fluorescent beige. The play begins, scene 1. Enter the artist. I am soaking wet because the weather is everywhere. Enter a white goose. Emotion, fantasy, goose. Tragedy, death, goose. Heartbreak, community, goose. Outside, an army marches past, but instead of carrying guns, they carry Bibles and guns. Scene 2. 2 white hands throw me a second goose. It is white and a goose. I offer the goose a glass of water. It asks if the glass is half full or half empty. I eat the glass. In the background, a guitar plays with itself, but not in a sexual way. Then, in a sexual way. Scene 3. I pluck a third goose from my psyche. I look out at the crowd. A gaggle of blind geese look back at me. If they're blind, why do they stare? Scene 4. Ah! Scene 5. The final goose glides onto the stage exactly the way a big egg wouldn't. And the goose whispers, "Thank you all for supporting my work. I will see you next at the Southampton Airport Film Festival. Thank you very much."